Hello and welcome back to Equestria. We're playing as Wittenland. Now, Kingdom of Wittenland. I'm gonna calm down a little bit. I think I overreacted with my paranoia about maybe missing the way. So I think I'm just gonna do the whole reforms, see where it goes, and then I'm gonna, deal with everything else. I wanna go with military, with magic. I think I talked about that. So my idea is going for quality over quantity. We're gonna go with griffins, with magic. We're not gonna do tanks, basically. No tanks, which means I think I have to go with this one, right? Magic infantry. Maybe it's this one. I don't know where I'm have to. I mean, I have to go this one. I think I have to go with this one, just because of the whole guard thing. So maybe we're gonna go with some tanks. Maybe light tanks. We're gonna have light tanks, griffins, light tanks, and all that stuff. Or not the griffins. Sorry, Pegasus or Pegasi. All right. I'm gonna calm down now because I think I overdid it a little bit with the whole, being worried if I fucked up something. Apparently, you just have to do it. You just have to go through all the political stuff, and then I'm not gonna touch the Republic. I don't care about the Republic. Alright, what do we have here? Land distribution? Yes. Wait, do we go this? Which grants army experience gain, recruit population, plus effective, which grants position speed, recruit population. I want to go with reorganize the Tagmata, the professional soldiers. The merchants. Alright. The river barge slowly approaching the dock of Wittenberg, and the vessel's captain, Honoria Goldmane, was already standing on the prow. She breathed in the clean mountain air. Ah, it's good to be back home, is it not, Voliere? She looked behind her shoulder and her ginger-bearded companion, who was at the ship's wheel. As always, it's a relief to be safely back home. Honoria hopped down from the prow. Not just that, it also means another lucrative venture was successful. She opened a hatch on the floor and looked down the cargo bay, which was loaded with metallic machines and gadgets. Those crystal-powered computers from Sycamon will fetch a fine price in the market. Valera smiled faintly. Honoria had known poverty for her entire life, so now being able to attain wealth and influence despite being a former serf like him made her grow. Okay, yeah. A dream. On the unloading of cargo and... Okay, I get it. So she's... I think that she's like a possible leader. So we have White Star, we have Wolfric, and we have her. I think that's how it goes. We want Wolfric. Yeah, there is Valera. Yeah, there you go. We want Wolfric. We don't want supremacists, we want like a non-aligned king or king emperor, like basically not make an empire. Autocrat. There you go. And to be fair, we can give some leeway. We don't have to have full-on serfs. I guess he's on full-on serfs and she's more. I don't like it. This is what I don't like. The whole coalition. I don't want a federation. If she had a path where she can form the empire, I'd be like, yeah, okay, let's do some little liberal, let's remove the serfs, but like, let's keep the monarchy, and be like, yeah, okay, let's go do that. It doesn't work. I think modern day is proof that you can't do both. Liberalizing serfs and having a monarchy doesn't work like that. Like either you're gonna have a monarchy, or you're gonna remove liberalize and remove everything from power. There's no modern day monarchy that works without like some kind of serfdom. Some form of serfdom, I guess I would say. I'd say no. What is a true monarchy? Do we have any king that has like ultimate power? I think only like in Saudi Arabia maybe is. There we go. Modernize the education system. Why not? Changing claim millennia. Oh, shit's going down in the west. Let's see if they can actually win against Equestria now that I'm not piloting the Stalingrad front. Millennia refuses to yield. Oh, wow! Nobicia. Republic of Nimbusia. Alright. What are you? You have such a weird name. Where is he? Metokas, leader. Okay, so he is Harmonic. Oh, where is the River Republic? Office of Harmonic Services, Bastion of the East. Damn, what the fuck is this art style? Isolated tribes. Oh, those are the like the tribes, huh? Shide of Dragon. Nikar. Oh, it's her. A native army, foreign army reforms. Weaponized spirit energy, power of Anuman. Ooh. Okay. Unarmored warfare. Alright, alright, alright. We're never gonna do Dreams of Federation. Okay, so all these leaders have like Dreams of Federation. I'm guessing each one of them, right? Yeah, every one of them has like the Dreamer of Federation. I don't want to form a Federation though. Fuck your Federation, we're gonna burn to the ground. And apparently the Republic like has the natural AI advantage of becoming the whole thing. I so hope that not this guy also has the whole Dream of Federation. But yeah, we will be going to war with all of the republics, like all of them, once we go to war with over this territory, over Coldstream. So it's gonna be interesting to see how we're gonna do this. So our land was this. Anything else of my claim? So a dispute. I cannot believe you made a deal with your former master, Voltaire muttered as he and Honor left Lord Wulfric's manor in Clockwood. I had to make a deal with the demon, Honor said. He'll get those fancy electronics and in return he and his friends will support my challenge to the queen. Why is that godforsaken duel so important to you? You're willing to sacrifice your principles and possibly even your own life for it? And don't forget now how dangerous the duels can be. I feel like I have to do it, to prove to every point that anyone, even a former serf, can become a queen. And Wittenland last had a peasant monarch who didn't come from the ranks of the nobility. There's more to it than that. Be honest with me, Honoria. I also want to prove to myself that I can do it. And you want to become a queen for a reason? Tell me, what do you want to do if you get informed? Fine, I want to make Wittenland a truly military nation, where anyone can become great. White Star, for all her greatness, hasn't gone far enough. Yeah, there we go. There we go! Yeah, it's just, yeah, doesn't work like that. Like, just, it's not far enough. Well, how far is far enough? Well, we don't know until we reach it. But you're never gonna reach it because it's never far enough. Like, when does it end? It never ends. It ends with destruction of everything. You gotta stop somewhere. But there's no stopping point because it becomes like, basically, any kind of great change in society and rule, whatever, has to be justified to the people that you're ruling over. Like, you have to justify it to them. How do you justify it? Like, yeah. How do you justify something to people? Like, and if you justify one thing, then when it comes to a second, then if people get ideas or someone else who's from the outside gets an idea, it becomes a question of, well, why can't I do it now? Didn't you do it? Why can't I do it? And then it just becomes a messy fuck. Okay, a dialogue queening. Okay, yeah. Gets an advanced pawn. I accept the call. Let's not look to lower with the smoke is going great. Okay, so a mayor pushed out the crowd. I, Honor, merchant captain of the honor. Okay, all right, let's go. Lord laughed. The former serf challenging the very queen who freed her. I warned against radical change, but even I could not have imagined such radical warfare. My queen, I approve of the strength bound in. Okay, yeah, let's go. All right, the duel, double cheek. While White Star spoke. Bold words, Captain, but there is more to rulership than ambition and financial talent. I have no need to hear the challenge of someone who cannot unite others behind her. She gestured to her guards, the executors, who moved forward to her Honaria. Instead, they found a small group of merchants blocking the way. I don't stand alone, White Star. A new generation of unicorns stand with me. White Star paused briefly and then motioned her Excaliburs to continue, dismissing the importance of the very classes she fought for. There we go! There we go! And that's what I'm talking about! You can't be talking about little... This is what I'm all talking about. It becomes a question of, well, how do you justify the hypocrisy? Because here's someone who's trying to do the same thing you did, and now you're saying, oh no, you can't do that. I'm special. It's a hypocrisy. Like, well, why? Why can't I do it? It's just, yeah, and then Wulfric, like, yeah, he's now supports it. Shock, gasp, rippled through the crowd, quickly followed by awe at his cleverness. Should Honoria ascend the throne, any capable mage noble would quickly challenge and dispose her in turn, and with scandal of Queen White Star defeated by her own freed serf, her cause would collapse. And should Honoria lose, White Star would prove the supremacy of the autocracy, even as her actions to dismiss the challenge. Okay, let's go. He dares! White Star froze in shock. Her politician's mask fell away. Her entire work undone by this. this insanity? Lord Wulfric still smiled smugly, and a fury rose up in her. A righteousness that had been crushed under years of fake smiles, insincere promises, and slimy compromises. Her mane began to swirl, glowing with the tongues of flame, and her skill began to smoke as vortex of flame crept up her horn. The crowd began to back away. This would be no civilized duel of safe formality, but a violent conflict of magical prodigies. Rhaenyra hesitated, then set her jaw. I wish it were otherwise, my queen, but know this. When I win, I shall see your legacy of equality made real. White Star merely screamed in fury, leapt from the throne, and swirled vortex of flaming marshmallows and... Huh? Finery. That's Honoria, and that's White Star, obviously. Queen's Gambit. White Star's leap caught even Honoria by surprise, who narrowly dodged a faceful of burning undergarments hurried by the flaming queen. But this was merely the prelude, as a large blast of fire, anticipating the dodge, roared forth from White Star's horn towards Honoria. Honoria had no choice but to hastily erect a magical shield, pouring valuable energy into her defense. The shield skillfully absorbs flame, gets both pour magic into the clash. The shield nearly buckles on the strain. Both pour magic into the clash. Let's go with this. Goddess. Though valuable magic energy was spent, the shield held, and Honoria recovered from the initial flurry, backed away, casting carefully. She used her skills of hydromancy learned after years of navigating the waterways of Griffonia. Water spouts, droplets, and mists of water converging from across the room towards White Star. As the air was sucked dry, the water of ornamental fountains rising to mix with yellow globs of champagne. White Star simply grew angrier, pulsing with heat, sizzling the water around her to mist. Honoria smiled, poured on more water, overwhelming them. Okay. Let's spend magic. With water attack candle, it was quickly blooming. Okay. Obviously, this was a battle of magical endurance, not skill. The former serf had learned much, and White Star realized her skills were now rivaled. She hated to admit it, but she had underestimated her challenger because of her background. This merchant mare could beat any major noble if she wanted. Honoria and White Star began converging energy, flowing energy bolts back and forth, shielding and docking, and foolhardy, unshielded member of the audience was struck down and rushed to medical attention. Honoria decided to take a risk, casting a short-range, energy-intensive teleport spell to attempt to flank White Star. Let's see where this goes. The duel ended not with a secret move, instead just as a gun. White Star cast a fireball and Honoria released a shield, but this time there was not enough magic to sustain the exhausted pair for long. Both of them had been pushed to their limits, forced to use every trick they had learned, casting every cantrip and spell, pouring all their knowledge and energy into this faithful duel. They were both spent, unable to overcome one another, refusing to surrender, so now they were back to the beginning, using basic spells even fools know how to cast, yet it was these basic spells that would decide the fate of the duel, and the fate Wittenland itself. Honoria faces the flames. There it is! Finally! We got the dude. The fireball hit Honoria's weakened shield, shattering it with ease and engulfing her in deadly flames, which incinerated her instantly, exhausted. White Star let her own protective magic flicker, and with the spell's second drop of her own elemental protection, her own flames of anger set her mane ablaze. Soon she was running around and screaming. Oh fuck, that is so fucked up. Burning alive, man. Burned alive. She ran along through a window and fell down into the rocky ground far below. The crowd stared in horror. A definite duel was rare enough, but two? This was a disaster. Norris retinue backed away and fled, and the Excalibur stood in confusion and showed what to do. Lord Wulfric stepped forward. This barbaric display is White Stag's doing. She pretended civility, but beneath it lay brute rage, and now she lies dead, killed by one of her own freed serfs. He set his gaze across the crowd. Her reforms are mad, and this is the proof. Self-immolation in the palace? A jumped-up merchant thinking they can run a nation? Our ancient traditions stained with blood and barbarianism. All here know that without White Star, I now have the Wittenland's support. Therefore, I have no choice but to take her mantle. Are there any challenges? The pony in the room stood silent. Then, as my first act as king of Wittenland, I announce that all of White Star's reforms will be repealed one by one, and our ancient long-last glory shall be fully restored. There we go! Fucking hell! A spark. Across the land, the radio announced the news. White Star was dead, and with it, all hopes of a free Wittenland. Now Wulfric was king, and he intended to tear down everything she had accomplished. The news also spoke of the challenger's demise, without mentioning her name, but later realized what had happened. Honoria was dead too. She had thrown her life away and doomed Wittenland, yet somehow he was the one who felt guilty. He felt like he should have been there, supporting Honoria, cheering for her. Maybe then she would have won the duel. or lost it, without dying in the process, but alas, he had abandoned her. A spark set in his heart of flame, he had to redeem himself and oppose Honoria's former master. It's the last he could do to honor the memory of his best friend. He went to the central square in Wittenberg, grabbed an empty crate, stood on it, and began to speak to the crowd. He spoke boldly of what Wulfric would do and that he needed to form a united front to oppose him. But it was too late. At first, only a few listened to him. Then, more and more ponies gathered around him. When the sun set in the horizon, he had gathered an audience of thousands. Merchants, workers, unicorns, pegasi, earth ponies, and even a couple of griffins listened to him speak of the importance of resisting the mage nobles, of the flaws of the succession system, and I agree, we should change the succession system. And the monarchy itself. Well, I mean, again, if I was playing a communist, I would definitely go with Honoria, but I already played communist, so it makes no sense playing it again. And the monarchy itself, the need to democracy and equality. I would never gonna play democracy. He only stopped speaking when a group of Excaliburs warned him and threatened to arrest him if he continued. He fled, but the crowd had heard enough. This, Voltaire hoped, would be the spark igniting the flame. The fire is lit. Alright. There he is, Wulfric Grey, anti-democrat. Good. Stability plus 10%. Daily harmony support minus 0. Acceptance of harmonic diplomacy minus 50. Wulfric of Semircia is an old stallion, the head of the large and ancient noble family of Grey, and has been influential in Wittenland's politics for decades. He has always acted as an opponent to radical change and reform. He also thinks Wittenland has grown weak and complacent. This is why he backed White Star when she... Okay, yeah. Alright, do we have a new focus tree? Yes! Yes, we do! Alright! I'm never gonna do this, so I don't care about this. What I care about is this. Alright, so what do we have here? We have the military, we have the back to the good old days, return to tradition, share power with the Wittenborg, curtail burger privileges, alms for the poor, renovate the heritage, return stolen land, found monastic schools, restore ancient tomes, expand the fields, reinstate serfdom for the indebted, the ancient regime, registered. One second, please. Alright, let's see what this is. The ancient regime, redistribute assets, limited concessions, magocratic might, nobles of the robe, revive Wittenland literature, patrons of the workers, the divine monarchy. Yo! What is this? I can feel my age cracking my bones, but I can now stand proud and tall like my younger days, knowing that I've achieved everything I could dream of. Wittenland is preserved, no saved, in face of every pony who would have seen us undone. I can feel the spirit smiling upon me, satisfied that one humble soul has told dignity to achieve a proper success. Okay. What is this? Re-establish the borough of barbarians, reclaim Barad, remind the Ponlek of their oaths, demand Coldstream, relegate the Barad, march of the sea, the only for the traitors. Restore the High Kingdom. Yes! Okay, we got it. Alright, let's go with back to the good old days. Alright, let's see what this is. A new king in Wittenland. What the fuck is this text? I guess this is the new text of King of Wittenland. A new writing? I don't know. Chaos is erupted in the ancient unicorn society of Wittenland, as both Queen Whitestar and Challenger Honoria of the Nova Rich perished in a duel for the throne. Conservative Lord Wulfric ascended to power shortly after, announcing that he would repeal White Star's reforms and restore Wittenland's glory. However, the lower class seemed to be unhappy with the news, and unrest has begun to brew in the country. It remains to be seen if King Wulfric and his supporters can hold on to power long enough to do all violence reform. Peasants will keep the line. Alright, how do I do this? Okay. I think first and foremost is improve stability. So that means improve workers' rights. There we go. Improve rights of... Oh, for fuck. Well, I'm gonna have to go. Let's save the game because I'm unfortunately have to leave. I hope you enjoyed the video. We're gonna see where this goes. Goodbye.